Hello and welcome to my channel. I go by Lily and this is my November read/favorites video. I didn't read a whole lot this month, but still want to share my thoughts on what I did read. Let's get right into the video. The Tales of the Outcasts volumes 1 through 3. The story follows the orphan Wisteria and a demon Marbus. Probably saying his name wrong. The first thing that popped up in my head was it has a similar feel to the Ancient Magus' Bride, but also a little bit of Black Butler. It's dark and has a few bloody scenes. Little bit of a spoiler, Wisteria gives something to Marbus to get her out of the situation she's in. It's dark, but it has its sweet moments. I'm hoping this will just be a friendship story, but I don't know how much time will pass in the story. I can't get over the art in this manga. It is just so beautiful. The special moments that they highlight, just so beautiful. You may want to keep some tissues handy just in case. Would recommend if you like the Ancient Magus' Bride, Black Butler. It does have less action than these series, or The Girl from the Other Side. This series is still being translated to the English format. It finishes at 8 volumes. I'm a wolf, but my boss is a sheep. The story follows along with Ogami and his crush on his boss, who is a sheep woman, while he's a wolf man. For the most part, it's lighthearted and sweet, but there are some points of tension as their natural instincts take over a bit. I really enjoy the main characters. Ogami just wants to be a good guy and tries really hard not to let the wolf side take over. The chapters are short, but we're still moving along with the story. There are some misunderstandings along the way, but for the most part, they're very adult about it and try to clear things up. The end of the volume leaves with an issue, so you may want to wait until volume 2 comes out to start reading. I haven't read too many office type / characters around my age, but I really enjoyed this volume. If you're looking for a cute read and don't mind characters that have animal traits, I would recommend this. Bitemaker Volume 1. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about this volume. I'm not the biggest fan of the male lead. This is definitely not for children. It's quite spicy. The chapters are very long. There's only 2 chapters in this volume. The female lead is pretending to be a beta like her friends till she meets the male lead, who is an alpha. It's a turn your brain off kind of book. I'm going to get volume 2 since I have 3 already and read through them. I probably will continue to pick up the series as I do like Omega Verse, but we will see. Formerly The Fallen Daughter of the Duke, Volume 3. I read through my library's Library Pass. It's a website / app that has lots of comics, graphic novels, and manga for free through my local library. I went and reread the other 2 volumes as I completely forgot as to what was going on. Claire is accused falsely of something and ends up running away from her family. She joins up with this group and leaves the country. For the beginning of the volume, it was light and fluffy. Then it turned, making me increasingly worried with each page. I very much enjoy how it keeps the story going and doesn't have much filler in it. There's a lot of information that they fit into each chapter. She's really made out to be a villainess by the other characters, which she's not. I really enjoy this story, and I've mentioned before that I want to pick up this eventually physically. The Girl from the Other Side. I reread volumes 1 and 2 as a refresher, but I read volumes 3 and 4 as I picked up volume 3 this month. Something I noticed is the rating on the back of the book went from all ages to teens, so I'm not sure if it was like a misprint on their part. Volume 3 got really dark, and the earlier 2 volumes were very light. The turn for volume 3, wow. I feel awful for all of the characters, the main characters. This volume needs a tissue box warning. I really can't get over how much I really enjoy the art. It's very different from what I usually enjoy, but it expresses so much using the black and white shading. The feelings just leap off the pages, and some of the moments I feel like I'll be swallowed by the curse too. I really need more of this series. It really pulls me in, and I just want to keep reading. I can totally see myself rereading this series. I honestly wasn't sure I was going to like it, but I'm super glad I took a chance on it. I mentioned in my October reads, if you enjoy The Ancient Magus's Bride, give this one a shot. I think you'll like it. Accomplishments of the Duke's Daughter, Volume 3, the light novel. I will probably say this every time I talk about this series, but I love it so much. A lot happens, but also a lot doesn't. It definitely is setting up for something big to happen, is what I'm feeling. I really enjoyed seeing little bits of the other characters' perspectives, like characters that have been around since the beginning but haven't had much time since then. The build up for the lead couple, oh, does it pull at your heart? And seeing each of their thoughts. I know Book Outlet seems to get their stock of books around a year after release, since they're overstock books or returns, so I should be getting volume 4 in or around January. I really can't wait. I recommend this light novel since the manga is quite hard to find right now. May not be the case when you're watching this video though. Volume 1 of A Tale of the Secret Saint, the light novel, it follows along with Bia, whose family is all knights. She really wants to be a knight like her father and siblings. I was really hoping this would be similar to the Saint's magic powers omnipotent. It's not. I'm not 100% sure if I like this story or not. I don't really like any of the characters, and because of the long titles mentioned all the time, I tend to get confused. Like the 5th Knight of the Dark Dragon Brigade, Captain Aaron. Not an actual character, but a lot of the major characters are written like this all of the time instead of just their name. I don't know if it's just because I was trying to distract myself by reading that I didn't like it too much, so I'm gonna reread it at some point. I do think there's interesting elements, and maybe the first book is really setting things up and it's just a slow start. If you're interested in saintly stories with lots of other mythical creatures, I don't think it's completely awful, but I wouldn't buy it full price. Tokyo Mew Mew a la Mode. I have had volume 1 of Tokyo Mew Mew a la Mode sitting on my shelf for years now, and I have finally decided to read it. Scooped up volume 2 from the library. I loved the anime as a kid, and they didn't cover the a la Mode. Plus, it wasn't fully completed in English dub. Need to watch the remake. This follows after what takes place in the original series. Barry is the new lead character as a new Mew. It was quite hard to wrap my head around Ichigo not being the lead character. I really should have read this when I was younger. I still enjoyed it, but I definitely could tell right away that I just didn't relate to the characters. I will still keep this series as I loved this series so much when I was younger. It was still a cute read. I would like to own volume 2 in the future, hopefully find it for a decent price, or wait till the library sells this copy. Volume 1 of Spy Family. I'm currently watching the 2nd season of the anime, which at this time is currently airing. I don't think I have to dive too deeply into what the series is about since it's so popular. Main character Lloyd is a spy on a mission and needs to build a family to complete it, adding Anya as the daughter who can read minds, and Yor who is an assassin. All of them are keeping their jobs or abilities a secret from each other. It's a very funny but at times dark series. Since I really enjoyed the anime, I wanted to pick up the manga, and volume 1 is the first few episodes of the anime. I recommend checking out the anime first if you haven't started collecting the manga to see if you would enjoy it. It's very cute, funny at times, action-packed manga, and would recommend this series. The Water Dragon's Bride. The main character is a little girl who gets whisked away to another time or world. It's not quite clear yet. She ends up becoming a sacrifice for the water dragon god. The village believes it will help them prosper. It's very dark. Awful things just keep happening, and I feel so much for the main character. I'm really sad that volumes 2 through 4 and 8 are currently out of stock, as I really want to know what happens next. Once I'm able to get my hands on them, I'll probably binge the whole thing. Sugar Apple Fairy Tale chapters 1 through 6. I had a hard time reading this. Even though the chapters are short, they felt like they took a long time to get through. Fairies are slaves and treated just awful. The main character likes fairies and tries to help them when she can. She buys a warrior fairy to help her get to a certain place. I feel like I'm missing something. That there is just some missing information that should have been put into the chapters that was cut out. I don't think I'll finish this. Luckily, I was able to read what I could on the library app for free. I Want to Be a Wall. I really think this series is very cute. It really shows the pressure that a lot of people face surrounding marriage and having children. The main characters are an asexual woman who is very into BL, and a gay man who is in love with his childhood friend. The story follows these characters being married to each other after lots of pressure from family and friends to get married and have an arranged marriage. Oh my gosh, did this make me want to cry. I would love to have this in my collection. I was a little worried as a lot of people were hyping this volume up a lot, but I totally see why. I feel so much for both of the main characters. I relate a lot to the characters. I'm so glad the library app had this one available to read. I can't wait for the next volume. Would definitely recommend. Deko-Boko, Sugar Days and Bittersweet Days. It's about childhood friends who are in love with each other but just haven't told each other. It's a very cute high school BL. It is a bit spicy, so if you're under 18, don't read this. It's very sweet if you're looking for something very wholesome. Don't look further. There are some misunderstandings happening in this, but no love triangles. Volume 2 follows them as the characters prep for college, university. This volume it hurts. If you just want fluffy, cute romance, then just reading volume 1 is good. If you want to read more, it's going to hurt, and it's frustrating as to what happens. However, the ending is worth it, I swear. Not 100% sure if I will add this to my physical collection, but it's a very cute read. Another library app read. My favorites from this month would be I Want to Be a Wall and Accomplishments of the Duke's Daughter. I really hope you enjoyed my November reads/favorites video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, like and subscribe. All of my socials are in the links down below. Have a wonderful day.